Well, welcome everyone back to another edition of This Is My Brave cast interviews for the fall 2020 shows. Today I have MacKenna Weinberg with me, and she is a part of our This Is My Brave High School Edition DC area cast. And so please welcome MacKenna. MacKenna, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi. My name's MacKenna. I'm 17 and I go to Woodson High School. Yeah.
What grade are you going to be in this fall?
I'm going into my senior year.
Okay, great. And MacKenna, you are a singer-songwriter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so before we get into that pastime for you, tell us how you heard about This Is My Brave and what made you want to come out for the show.
Yeah, sure. So my principal sent out an email to everyone at my school, and I checked out the website. I saw some of the um, like performances done by people in the past, and I thought it would be an amazing opportunity to help out, like destigmatizing mental health, especially in our age group, and especially in this time, in the middle of a pandemic. It's really important that people have those conversations and make sure to really check in with each other. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
so when you tried out, we were already in quarantine, right? Yeah, so it's interesting that you could see even, it was pretty early though, like April, right? So
Yeah.
it was interesting that you could see even then that this was going to be hard for some people. Maybe it was already, how was it for you when you learned everything was getting shut down, school was closing? Where were you when that happened?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult. Um, I know I've struggled with some like staying motivated and making sure to like reach out to people, but it is so important, and I'm lucky that I have a really strong support system with my family, so it's been pretty good.
So when you come to do your performance, which of course once was going to be on a stage with spotlights and an audience, and now we're having to do this new version of This Is My Brave, and we're calling it Stories from Home. So you'll be recording your piece to share with us on the broadcast of the show, which will take place on October 18th. But when you do share your piece, what will you be addressing with your music?
So I'll be addressing like loneliness and feelings of like depression. That's something that I struggled with in middle school and the beginning of high school. So that, yeah, is something really important to me, that people talk about it and understand what it means to be depressed and to have those feelings of loneliness, because I like the less people that have to deal with that, the better. So.
So singing, songwriting, that's been something that, when did you start into that pastime?
So I've always loved singing, but I actually started learning the guitar this year.
Mm-hmm.
So like early January, I got into it, and it's something that really brings me a lot of happiness, like especially now, But just like playing songs and relaxing is a really good way for me to unwind.
So you do that to kind of cope with your feelings of stress, or when you're feeling depressed or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the songwriting, was this something that you started doing as an outlet for when you were feeling lonely and depressed, or have you always written songs or poetry or anything before?
Yeah, so I used to write poetry more often, but once I started playing guitar, it just kind of translated. So, yeah, yeah, it's always been like that. Kind of writing is kind of the same as guitar. It's just a very good way for me to cope with things and get things out of my mind and onto paper. So,
Yeah. And so when you came to our Zoom call as a cast, which is how we've been able to do our rehearsals, it's the only way we've been able to do it so far. What was it like to see a whole cast of other students who are going to take the stage with you?
It was definitely helpful, I would say, because I was really nervous going into it. Like I had no idea who was going to be there and like how many people, but it's a really good group of people. Talking to them and hearing their stories just, kind of helps validate my own. And it's good to see that a lot more people go through things than I ever would have known.
Yeah. Well, so you're going to be a senior this year. And what are you looking forward to most, even though it's going to be weird?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to the virtual experience kind of because I think it'll be fun um, to like for some of my harder classes, I think it might be a little easier learning from home. So
Great. Well, just as a reminder again that MacKenna will be a part of our DC area cast, which is exclusively high school students. And she will share her song. What's the title of your song?
hope.
Hope. I love it. That's what we really are all about. We want to show people who may be in a place that is dark and feels very lonely that they aren't, in fact, alone. And other people have been there and have experienced what they experience, and they've found a way to find hope. So I'm really excited to hear your piece, MacKenna. Again, we'll be airing that on October 18th. And if you want to find out more details, you can go to thisismybrave.org. But please plan on tuning in on Facebook Live or YouTube Live to see MacKenna and her castmates for the high school edition DC area show. MacKenna, thanks so much for talking with us today. And we're looking forward to seeing you in October.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.